Q from Tarot Singapore Online, and today we're talking about my tarot goals for 2018. If you just joined, you would know that I started Tarot Singapore Online in 2017 around June-ish, and since then it's been an interesting journey because previously I've only read like personally, or I've only read for friends, and to put myself out in the public is a really different experience versus like, you know, doing it with people I know. And let's see, so number one tarot goal is understanding my own standing within tarot. So I've spoken about this in my previous video about how my perception of tarot has changed. In the past it was like, oh, you know, I can tell the future, but after using it for many years, like 14 years ish, I realized that it's more digging into the subconscious and more helping me on the personal growth side. But the problem is the misconception that tarot is for fortune telling is still in my head. So whenever I'm trying to like look at the cards and I tell myself, you know, how would 3 cards tell me my future, I just block myself. So I still have that mindset block that, you know, tarot is future telling, even though I totally know inside it's not. It's more like digging into subconscious, knowing what you really think about an incident. And I really want to change how I think, so I want to like flush the wrong thinking off down the toilet. And number 2, my goal is to destigmatize tarot among my circle. So if you're coming to my tarot videos and you're coming to my tarot blog, you are already interested in tarot, so I don't need to convince you about it. But within my own circle, it is still like a very strange thing for people to know that I do tarot. And there are some people I don't tell that I do tarot because it's just too sensitive, I would say. And I guess I want to like destigmatize tarot, telling people that, you know, it's not the devil's work, or, you know, when the cards come out, it doesn't mean that it will happen, because you as a human being have the ability to change your future. The card that comes out is just one of the paths that might happen, and we don't like that path, don't take that path. You know, if it's a dark path that leads to, oh my gosh, it leads to hell, you're just not go there. Just find a brighter path, or just, you know, bring a flashlight, right? So I want to destigmatize tarot among my circle of friends. And number 3, I want to teach more people tarot. I like teaching tarot because usually when people come to me, they've done tarot for like a couple of years maybe, or a couple of months, and then they just don't click. They don't have that click thing. And I like guiding them, you know, about how tarot isn't about trying to memorize everything, the keywords, or tarot isn't about like following each line like perfectly, because eventually you will need to use your own intuition, use your own subconscious to decode the cards. And of course, when someone has written this book, even though it might be really good, but they've probably written it 5 years ago, and when they're writing it, they're just writing it like for general public. They don't have the details that you have about a particular problem. So when you look at a card, and then the first thing that comes to your head is something really different from the book, trust your head, really. So I want to teach more people tarot, and I also want to help more people with tarot. But here's the catch though, because currently my biggest clients come from Carousel. Carousel is kind of like Etsy, but like not as fancy. So it's kind of like Etsy, and then people who come to me, they are a very different type of people versus me, because I run in a circle that's more like probably more highly educated, and the people who come to me aren't so much. And I wouldn't say that they aren't my dream clients. I would say that probably I am not their dream tarot advisors, because you know, sometimes they just want to hear something, and I can't tell them that because it's just so much different from what I know about life. And of course, that also means that I need to find my own dream client. Who is my dream client? I don't know who my dream clients are. I don't know who I really want to work with. So if you know like who your dream clients, or you think that you are my dream client, let me know in the comments. And this relates to number 5, which is like discover which audience I want to serve. I would probably, if given a chance, I would probably want to serve just women folk, because I think that we have very specific things that we need help with, and I would love to help women, but I get a mix of men and women, of course. And another thing about reading for people is that sometimes the cards give advice, and I tell people, you know, this is the advice that the cards give, you know, you probably shouldn't do this and probably should do this. And sometimes people just don't want to listen to it because they already have the conception, like they have something that they want you to say yes to in their heads, and when the cards come out like differently, they're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna follow the cards, and they're just gonna do things their way. I have had that happen to myself as well. You know, people give me advice, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna listen to your advice because I know what I'm doing. I don't. So I'll come back like several months later telling them. I don't tell them, I just follow their advice, and I never tell them. I never. One of the bad things about my character is that I don't like saying sorry, so I should fix that. Probably there's a tarot card for that. And number 6 is I want to start reading at public fairs. I've been reading mostly remotely, so people send me the questions, I read through videos and send it back. I love this because I don't have to get out of the house, but there's a point where I just want to go out and explore like what reading for the public is, because I've only done the public reading once, and it was at a flea market, and it was a flea market targeted at a very, very different demographic versus I am. And so they were targeting domestic workers here, so people who have left their countries to come here to work as helpers in homes, and their goals, their dreams are so different from mine, and I like listening to them because it gives me like motivation, because they have dreams of, you know, helping their families at home and like getting their lives like really, really great, versus sometimes for us it's like first world problems, like, oh my gosh, I don't have a goal. And it's really refreshing to hear people who have real things that they hold on to versus first world problems. But I digress. But as an introvert, I'm also quite scared that if I go to do public readings, I might be like super, super tired from it. So we'll see. I'll see if I can cross it out this year. And of course, my last tarot goal is that I'll be continuing my daily tarot cards on my Facebook and Instagram. Follow it. I'll put the links below. And I like doing those, you know, it's like daily cards. But the problem is, even from my end, when I look at it, it's like just a static image. It's just like, oh, yawn. Maybe I should do something different. So it's worth exploring anyway. So those are 7 things I want to work on, my tarot goals for 2018. If you read tarot, or if you're one of my clients, or if you just want to chime in, let me know in the comments below. You know, do you have any tarot related goals this year? And I will see you next time as well. So have a good weekend and have a good day wherever you are. I'll see you. Bye.